I think this is it, guys. It looks like we finally have a real Pokemon Scarlet and Violet leak, because if you go to the first trailer right here at the end, screen transition to real life where we go into the crazy not Detective Pikachu office, we have this. Now, if you look over here, that's kind of like a weird nothing, you know, the whole office just looks to be some kind of I Spy nonsense, where there's definitely new Pokemon, new things hiding in plain sight. A lot of them have already been found and talked about, but, how can that not be? Like, that's the, how do you respond to that? Because it seems like, yeah, major hint inside the real trailer, and then this gameplay being leaked that has a lot of moving parts behind it lines up. Now, when I talked about the leaks in my last video, I said there is the Game Freak factor to it, where, you know, you can tell the difference between a fake leak because it has too much fanficky nonsense in it, and even like when people make renders or artwork or like fake reference sheets and stuff, it's missing something. But when you look at the image on the right, where it's like, yeah, the little Magnemite symbol for the gym leader, it makes sense. And then, like, the little bits and pieces that are a part of the real thing. Unless someone is, like, that galaxy brain to, like, analyze every pixel of the trailer and go, ooh, we can pull something to make everyone believe it. And then there's just other parts of the leak where it just seems like too much at this point. So, yeah, I'm giving this one high credibility now. And that means we can go into the list of details. We have it, guys. We have our Affleck leaks, we have our Pokemon Let's Go leaks, the Rainbow Rocket leaks, the Chinese leaks. We have a list of things with some very high plausibility and looking ready to be confirmed in the next trailer. Because that's like also what makes these really fun, where it's like, okay, this one seems a little more likely than others, or a little more not fake. And then a trailer comes out and it shows like 3 things from the list. It's like, alright, that was the Affleck leaks. Now we're in it, boys. So I want to go over this, I want to break it down a little bit, and can't go 100%, because that was the weird thing about the Rainbow Rocket leaks. And also, I think, like, the Chinese leaks, there was just something a little off, whereas, like, 1 or 2 things weren't quite a 100% hit. But Rugby Monkey, that happened, so that was real. And, yeah, when we're looking at this, they said Gen 1 Grass Poison type gets a Alolan form, but Team Rainbow Rocket was so, like, impossibly... It's impossible to predict that. You can't just make that up and then be like, see, I threw enough darts at the board and made a fake leak that had something in it. Nah. So that's where we're getting into this kind of stuff. Murkrow evolution. Neat. We already have that though, so like splitting up extra forms, regional variants into new species also becoming a thing. Regional decks, more than 400? I mean, Pokemon Sword and Shield had, like, the largest regional decks, or, like, except for Pokemon Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, which just kept on flooding in with, like, all the islands and stuff, I think. I don't remember the exact numbers, but yeah, like, people got upset about Dexit when there was more Pokemon to catch in Pokemon Sword and Shield than entire Pokemon games had. So, I don't really care about, like, how many Pokemon, but, like, alright, cool, we got that. No other gen starters in the game. Interesting. So this seems like, yeah, it's not a trailer leak. It's not like someone is editing the trailers or got to see information about that. Kind of like what we saw with the reveal of Tapu Koko and all those Pokemon getting leaked right before, like, their actual gameplay footage making it onto the internet right before the trailer dropped. So this seems like translator tester territory. This is just their account of what they're experiencing inside the game. And we don't really have too much, like, direct information from the leakers. Like, yeah, I guess the Affleck leak was a translator, but we didn't get anything about that. But we have, like, this much information. Is it all going to be accurate? And there's only so many ways you can get this much about the game. So, no other gen starters. Again, I don't care about the inclusion or restriction of Pokemon. I'm more about the experience, and I will be adaptive to it on both, like, the competitive ends and stuff. I guess people are going to be upset because a lot of their favorite like, a lot of favorite Pokemon are generally starter Pokemon, but at the same time, no Charizard love. People really get upset when Charizard gets recognition in these games for some reason. So yeah, no other gen starters. I'm alright with that. I do want to bust out Serperior though into competitive, so I'm just waiting on DLC. I'm waiting on like the big announcement where Pokemon Scarlet and Violet DLC brings in the whole National Dex, and then we just get 2 years of like the biggest Pokemon game of everything. No Mega Evolution. Fair. Called it. Whatever. Region in Japanese is called thing. I don't care about the region name. Dunsparce evolution confirmed. And it doesn't fly. That makes me sad. We all need the dragon Dunsparce evolution. Dunsparce also one of my favorite Pokemon. Love the guy. Everyone's been wanting evolution or some kind of form for a bit. Like, this has me excited until I see it. But yeah, it's like, okay. I hope this is one of the real things from the list. And this is what I mean, like, it's some weird tester stuff where it's like, oh, I saw the Squovet line in. All 3 Squovet fans are hyped right now. I don't know, Pokemon Unite might have brought in 2 more. Sprigatito evolution is so-so in terms of cuteness. We don't need cuteness, we need to know if it stands up or not. Saw lots of new Pokemon. I'm trying to remember, yeah, that was like the report from one of the game reviewers. Like, game reviewers, like, we can't say what we saw in our first hour and a half of gameplay for Pokemon Sword and Shield, but we saw a fair amount of new Pokemon. Dex ended up still being small, though. Houndour line is in, no new Pokeballs that we knew of. So, I mean, like, there could just be some things where, like, they haven't even seen it yet. So, exclusions, not as big. No new Pokeballs. Weezing line in the game, unsure if Galarian or Kanto. Fuecoco is similar to an alligator, duh. Dolphin Pokemon. I still consider Tapu Fini from the Chinese leaks as a Dolphin Pokemon to be accurate, but Dolphin Pokemon straight up, let's go. New Fire type besides Starter, very specific, I know. Yeah, new Fire type. Woo. Blue-haired gym leader is male. Okay. Teddy Ursaline, Komala is in the game. I'm happy for Komala. I think I could have done more like focus choice band abuse with that Pokemon, and then like you do sleep talk shenanigans or I don't remember what it was, but I busted it out like twice, and it did really well, and then I just never picked it up. And then it hasn't been playable for a while. So yeah, Kamala being back, I'm excited for that competitive. Semi-Legendary 4. So once again, like, yeah, you go back to the trailer. Actually, not even the trailer anymore, just the logos of the game seem to be 4. So one of those things about just like making things up or not. However, it is ambiguous that if we don't know there's 8 gym leaders in, are there only going to be like 4 gym challenges because this game is so different, it's confirmed open world, and it's more about the exploration than the story, so more like about like fewer but larger gym challenges instead of just, yeah, we're still going to hold to 8, or this could also just be straight up for legendary Pokemon. There we go. The DeepL translate this, don't know what can mean, maybe 4 pseudo-legendaries. I don't know, like, the way that legendary Pokemon work is that there's restricted legendaries and non-restricted legendaries. Restricted legendaries being, like, box and stuff, and then there's still, like, other legendaries that are usable. So I think that this could be like the Tapus, you know, Tapus being the 600 base stat legendaries that aren't pseudo-legendaries, but they aren't, like, restricted legendaries, so sometimes they're referred to as semi. Yay, leaks. Yay, unverified leaks plus semantics in Pokemon. But I'm guessing we got a Tapu shenanigan going on. Also, no, Tapus aren't 600, they're 580, like the others. And I feel like I had to double check that because there's a brain cell in the back of my head that was like, no, Tapus are weird. They're only 570. And then the other ones are 580. It's just been a while because Pokemon Sword and Shield is unplayable because it's been hacked into oblivion and idiots still follow Wolfie despite being the most fraudulent competitive Pokemon player we've ever seen. Rotom is in the game. Cool, I like playing with the forms. No Dynamax means maybe we're not going to see Dynamax eat Rotom every game, and there's going to be more balance and competitive. Down with it. Not all Hisuian forms are in the game. I believe it, but we already had confirmation of Zoroark officially. Woobat not in the game. Sorry, Woobat fans. Unlucky. Red Hair Rival is a girl. From the images I showed in the last video. That doesn't track with me, but I guess. Also, a lot of female rivals, interesting. Sunflora's in the game. Haven't seen that in a while. Gudura's in the game. Alright, fan service. Eevee sub request that Eevee fans will enjoy. So I'm guessing, that means like side quests because we have an open world game and there was an experimentation with side quests from Pokemon Legends Arceus. So it's not main story stuff. So do some, got some Eevee cuteness and fun. No new fossils. Misdreavus in the game. No Toucanon. Oh man, unlucky. There's not 5 forms for those guys. Okay. Is that like debunking something Ku suggested? I don't know. Like, see, this is what I mean. This is why Ku is a fake. Because here's here's the format for real leaks, you know, where if you have the information, you just post it. Because it's not like, oh, but he can't say it or else he's in legal trouble, so he has to riddle. No, no, no. There's no plausible deniability if your riddle comes true. Especially against the girth of Nintendo's legal team. So that's just if you're a fraud and you are observant and you try to like take hints and stuff, and then you just make something riddly about it. And what happens is idiots will just spread that. You'll get like 50 different interpretations of an image or a riddle or something weird, and then one of those is going to be right, because that's when you just start getting into large numbers. Champion is female, half yes or half no. Double champions. Oh, these are just like responding to questions. Furfur's not in the game. Favion unsure. Minior not in the game. I'm guessing actually for some of this not in the game stuff, like depending on if you look at the Pokedex and you can see the evolutionary lines and how much of that you've completed, you can just be like, yeah, just not there. Maybe some post-game stuff, because there is weirdness like with Pokemon Sun and Moon that Pokemon from the National Dex available via Island Scan just don't appear in the Dex at all. So there could still be some other things. And then like picks coming later reveal more details, but then vanished. Ooh. So yeah, that's silly. No Milotic, no Nat Dex, no Jinx. This is also like earlier that happened, then everyone just kind of keeps compiling from the private Twitter account. So there's still some sketchiness. Like, okay, going private, going dark, but not that. This. And then like the images again, it's like this is more than just like one little scene like we saw with the Scotch egg fly. This is more reminiscent of what happened with Pokemon Let's Go, which ended up being real and ended up then snowballing into multiple leaks. So there was multiple leaks for Pokemon Let's Go as well. Also, even the gameplay leaks of Pokemon Sun and Moon, where it's like, yeah, you kind of just don't get this from a faker. Story's considered tear-jerkingly good. Murkrow's in the game, possible new evolution. Wailord, Metagross, Golurk lines not in. Okay, time warping feature. So time warping might be the gimmick, seems to be that, applies to Pokemon, not characters. Don't know what that means. Is that like battle? Like you can just restore your Pokemon to where it was a couple turns ago? I don't know. Time warping does make sense from what we've seen with like the past versus future and both the legendary Pokemon and the professors. So that could just be there. And maybe that explains like the crystal shenanigans at the end of the second trailer. That's like just, you know, how do you abstractly represent time? Maybe like this. Also, if we review the logo, that's not the Japanese logo. Yeah, random crystal thing doesn't really seem time-based. However, Z moves where it's like, oh, we just have a random crystal thing. Yeah, alright, that doesn't really track. What do we got for this? Dunsparce evolution coming later tonight, didn't see it. Three cities, 9 towns with additional points of interest, no new Eeveelution. Like, they can't. Game Freak just can't. But why? But alright, fine. Like, it has to be in the DLC. Otherwise, I don't know why. That just ain't a thing. Map and starter evolution's coming later today, and then he went dark. So, this is where it gets weird, but we've also seen, like, just the shenanigans of the starter Pokemon leaks for Pokemon Sun and Moon, and everything just kind of, like, falling into place. So mostly, we just have a very compelling list of things, and as this comes together, we can start confirming or denying it. A lot of it is like, oh, just regular Pokemon in or out, no new fossils. That's fine, especially after the abominations of Generation 8. I'm not really sold on, like, new Pokemon designs just yet. Haven't seen enough. I don't like new Pokemon that have been revealed except for Sprigatito and Quaxley. So this could just be an awful generation design, or maybe it turns around. Don't know about that one. Dunsparce evolution, finally, awesome. I feel like that has to be trailer reveal kind of material where, yeah, like, older Pokemon getting evolutions. Fan service hype. If we ever get a trailer again, because it's just not happening. No announcement for Tuesday either, so I have no idea what's going on with the lack of information. Yeah, interesting. And if, like, we get a little bit more going on here, then we can take a bit better look at it. But overall, spicy. And alright. And like I saw, and like what I've said, and like I saw with Pokemon Sun and Moon, kind of have to get your hands on it to understand what's going on here, and not really too much can be overly spoiled or overly revealed or stuff like that. So, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.